Hey there, my name is Julian, and in this video, I am going to show you something that I am super excited to show you, and that is Webflow Cloud. Very simply, starting a project from scratch with nothing else set up. Now, I'm not going to show you what to do after that. What you want to build is totally up to you, and I am going to make some stuff in future videos, but in this video, I am literally just going to show you how you can go from zero to Webflow Cloud app set up and running. So let's get right into it now. First things first, all that we have set up is I have a Webflow site here, which is literally just a client-first clonable, nothing else. And I have open in VS Code my folder, which is just called Webflow Cloud Demo. This would be the name of your project, whatever it may be. And that is it. Along with that, I have a GitHub account set up, and I have GitHub open here. And I have Claude Code installed for my AI coding. You could use Cursor, you could use whatever you want to use. Totally up to you. So let's get right into it. I'm going to show you how this works right now. So first things first, let's go ahead and pop open our Webflow Cloud docs. And the first thing that we need to do is this right here. So let's go into our terminal, new terminal, and I'm just going to paste in that command right there. And as we can see, it is going to load, do its thing, and install the Webflow CLI. While it's doing that, let's take a look at what we have to do next. Right here, it's telling us create a new Webflow site, use the Astral Fun template. I don't really want to use the Astral Fun template. I want to use my own site that's set up. Now, the Astral Fun template has a bunch of stuff for DevLink and different stuff that would probably make this maybe better. That being said, I just want to do it from a blank project with absolutely nothing in it. So the next thing that we're going to want to do is initialize Webflow Cloud. So we're going to run this command right here. Now, if I haven't mentioned, the links to these docs will be in the description, but if you just Google Webflow Cloud docs, you'll find it. So let's paste in that command now and initialize Webflow Cloud. What would you like to name your project? Let's just call it Webflow Cloud Demo. There we go. Let's do Next.js. I actually don't know really the difference between Next.js and Astro. I just know Next.js is a bit more popular, so I'm going to go with that. What would you like to use locally? Sure, let's do /app. And it is going to open my browser now for authentication. So it's going to load this. I'm going to find my site, and I am going to select it. Okay, so there we go. Let's go ahead and search it and do Webflow Cloud. Okay, Webflow Cloud Demo. There we go. As you can see, I've already made a few projects with Webflow Cloud. So, all right, authentication is successful. Now we can see in our terminal again, it says, what do you want to connect? Webflow Cloud Demo. Do I want to share it? Sure, why not? Do I want to save this for all Webflow CLI commands? Why not? All right, so there we go. Let's go ahead and pop open our docs again. And we have already done all of this. Now it says create a new Webflow Cloud project. So one thing that we can see over here is it is a nested folder. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to start a new terminal. And what I'm just going to say is Claude to pop open Claude code. You would also be able to do this with Cursor. Just ask it, pop open Cursor, and start running it. So what I'm going to say now is I'm going to mention how I have like a nested folder problem. And I'm going to say, can you move all of these project files to the root? So can you please move my project files out of the nested folder and into the root? And Claude Code is going to be able to figure out what to do with that. I'm not worried about that at all. So it's going to figure it out, maybe ask me for some permissions, and there we go. There's a nested folder. Do your thing, Claude. All right. So now I'm going to pop open GitHub, and I am going to create a new repository, and I'm going to call this Webflow Cloud Demo. There we go. Description, don't really need one right now. We'll set it to public, and we will create a repository just like that. Okay, so now we have this, and now let's go ahead and continue to allow Claude to do what Claude wants to do. Continue. All right, let's do its thing. As we can see, everything has now been moved to the root, which is excellent. Do I want to remove the empty folder? Yes, I do, and I want Claude to just do its thing. Stop asking me all of these questions. All right, so there we go. It should be done in just about a second. So now what I'm going to go ahead and say is, now I've made a new GitHub repo. Here's the URL. It's empty. Can you please set remote origin and push all this code to it? All right, let's go ahead and let it do its thing. So it's going to initialize the Git repo. It's going to add the remote origin. It's going to add the files. It's going to create the initial commit. and it's going to push the code to the GitHub repository. So again, yes, Claude, do it, and stop asking me questions. You know more than I do. What do I have to answer to you for? All right, so your Webflow Cloud demo project is now live. Let's go ahead and refresh our GitHub repo and see if it's lying to us. No, it is not. As we can see, it's all here. And Claude likes to remind you that he helped you with this. Well, he didn't really help me. As we saw, he did all of it. All right, anyways, now that we have this in our GitHub repo, let's go ahead and go to the settings of our Webflow project. So let's go to settings, and then let's hit Webflow Cloud over here with that shiny new button. And then what we're going to do is hit create new project. So let's just call this Webflow Cloud demo, Webflow Cloud demo, just like that. And for GitHub repo, let's go ahead and do Webflow Cloud demo. Obviously, advanced settings. Let's leave that as path to app directory. All right, that is correct. So not in the repo root, select a branch. We're going to do main. And for the mount path, we're going to do /app. That's probably the most normal one. What that means is that our Webflow site is going to just live at our domain. And then our app, whatever we have here in the code, is going to live at /app. So now that we have that going, let's check over here. It says require site publish. So let's go ahead and just publish our site. And let's see if there's anything else that we need to do after this. I'm pretty sure, I was just about to say, we're going to need to deploy it again. So I'm going to go ahead and say, can you make the main page say a funny joke and then deploy our app? All right, so I'll update the main page with a funny joke. Let me explain the current page structure and all of that fun stuff. It's going to examine what we have going on. It's going to make a funny joke. Probably isn't going to be very funny, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. And then it should work. That being said, if it doesn't work, and I'm going to be honest with you, from my experience, every time I build a Webflow Cloud app, I get some sort of build error or something that prevents it from working. And then I just kind of have to mess around a little bit with Claude in order to actually get it to start working. So if that does happen here, I'm going to walk you through how I would go about fixing that. And if anything, it's actually better because then you're going to see the reality of what's probably going to happen. But if not, then this will all be super clear. So npm run build, go ahead, Claude, do it. Command not found. I guess we didn't run npm install. That might cause an issue. And these are the kind of things that I was just talking about. Yep, npm install. Okay, I'll let you do that. Install all of the dependencies into the project. Okay, so I think Claude Code got stuck here. What I'm going to go ahead and do is just hit escape, and I'm going to say, is all good? Are you done? Excellent prompting skills right there, but it's going to do the job at the end of the day. I just want to figure out if that worked. And if that happens, the Claude Code cursor, whatever it may be, just kind of like it just stops, like that was running for 100 seconds, not doing anything. Then, go ahead, hit escape, and just make sure to check on it and see if it's still doing what it needs to be doing. So, all right, it is doing npm run deploy over here. I don't think I've ever actually heard of that before. So for deploying, okay, no, it doesn't seem to know how to deploy. So I'm going to say all you need to do is push to the main branch of GitHub. That's all it needs to do. Webflow Cloud is going to pick up that I have pushed it to main, and it is going to launch it. So, okay, yes, I do want to do that, Claude. Let's go ahead and see if this works or if we're going to run into any sort of strange build errors. My guess is I would say there's a 75% chance we're going to run into a build error or something like that. All right, well, anyways, let's go ahead and pop this open and see what's happening with the deployment. So it says it is starting. That's great, but will it finish the job? That is the real question. And whenever you're doing some sort of AI coding like what I'm doing here, if you are not a really, really experienced developer, the thing is, what you really want to do is just make sure that AI has all of the context that you can possibly provide it with. So, for example, if this does fail, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the build logs and I'm going to send it to AI and I'm going to say, this is the problem that I'm having. I'm not just going to go ahead and say it didn't work because then, well, what does AI have to work with? You can see what's happening. AI cannot see what's happening, and you need to help AI do that, or it's not going to be the best programmer. So, anyways, we'll wait now for this to either succeed or fail, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so it says that it was successful. I'm just going to go ahead and publish it one more time to check if that is indeed the case or not. And if it is, then we will be done here. You will have seen how I went from scratch to having a Webflow Cloud app working in just, well, I mean, it probably would have been 10 minutes if I didn't have to wait 5 minutes for it to deploy. All right, so let's go ahead and go to /app on our domain and see if it is loading. Take a look at that. Right here, we have /app, welcome to Webflow Cloud. Why don't programmers like nature? It has too many bugs. Very funny joke, Claude. I'm just totally cackling. So there you have it. This is your quick start guide on how you go from 0 to having something deployed with Webflow Cloud. Your next step is to have a nice conversation with Claude, Cursor, or whatever you're using to figure out what it is that you're actually going to build. So I hope you like this video. There's going to be a lot more Webflow Cloud content coming up. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.